Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 30 of the Figment Creative Expression mini writing workshops, in which we do our Wellspring 6-minute writing. This is a really special morning for me. I had wanted to get to the 30 days so that I could think about this as a 30-day challenge. And it has been a little bit of a challenge for me to get up and be here for 8:30 every morning. I know for some of you that's been a challenge you've set yourself as well. So thank you very much for joining me on that. I talk quite a lot about habits, about how long it takes to set up a habit. Some people say it takes 6 weeks. Some people say it takes 30 days or 21 days. I think a habit takes one day. Turning up for that one day and then turning up the next day after that as well. I think setting up a positive habit can take 6 minutes. That's why I do the 6-minute writing, because sometimes 6 weeks, doing the same thing for 6 weeks every day can seem intimidating. But for 6 minutes, in one moment, in one day, that's not intimidating at all. And I don't know about you guys, but coming back into this habit for me, I've really seen the effects of it myself. I'm getting more ideas. I've opened up to my subconscious much more, and the ideas are just flowing all the time. And that's the point of the Wellspring technique, is about opening that chink and just letting those ideas spring forth through you onto the page. What I've also found is that I'm prioritising my writing much more as well. As well as all that, I have now my 30, as of today, I'll have 30 ideas, 30 seeds that I can take. And some of those will turn into poems. Some of those might turn into short stories. Some of them will be conversations or scenes in one of my novels. So I very much hope that you guys have got a good selection of things to work on. At the end of this prompt today, I'm going to talk about the secret to procrastination and what lies at the bottom of procrastination. So stick with me to find out more about that. Your 6-minute prompt, if you bear with me a little second, we might have a little interruption. Maybe not. A prompt for today, I started off the 30-day writing challenge, and the first prompt was sunflowers. Well, this morning it's going to be another lovely sunny day here in Scotland, so this morning I was out watering the sunflowers. So your writing prompt for today is watering can. Okay, so your prompt for this morning is watering can, and I'm going to time the 6 minutes. At the end of the 6 minutes, I will stop the writing process. If you have an idea, remember, feel free to pause me or ignore me and keep writing. The writing is the most important thing. And remember, as ever, with your writing prompt, with your free writing, the key is write and write and write. Don't stop. You can write fast, you can write slow, whatever works for you. The key point is just to keep it going. I prefer to write on my notebook and in keywords and phrases, because if I use sentences and grammar, then I quite often get caught up in editing, and editing is for the end of the process. Right now, this is just about letting your ideas go. If you get caught up in editing, then what happens is your inner perfectionist starts to slow you down and can get in the way of that creativity flowing free. Okay, so your 6 minutes, and hold on to the end of the video to find out what lies at the very bottom of procrastination and how you can help get over that. A quick note as well, if you've enjoyed the videos each morning, then all the tips and advice that I give are also in my little book Wellspring, which is free right now to download on Kindle for today and tomorrow. It's a wee thank you from myself to you for joining us here each morning. Okay, so your 6 minutes on watering can begins now. Okay, everybody, that is your 6 minutes up. And buongiorno back to you, Diana. Thank you very much for the hello. Okay, everybody, so that is the end of your 6 minutes. As I've said, if that has taken you somewhere, go with that and just ignore me for the moment. Pause the video if you're watching this some other time other than live. So, procrastination. I am a master procrastinator. A lot of writers, a lot of artists procrastinate, and there are a lot of reasons why we might do so, and there are a lot of excuses. A lot of the time we're very busy, but I think we could very much prioritise our creativity for our own well-being, and as well as for simply our own enjoyment. At the bottom of procrastination, and I write about this in Wellspring, is fear. And there are a lot of reasons for that fear, which I go into in a lot of depth. But the one I'm going to talk about this morning is change. I started this 30-day challenge because I wanted to do a little bit of writing each day during this world health crisis. I wanted to do something positive each morning, both for myself and for others. This COVID-19, the coronavirus, and the changes that are happening in the world, things are going to continue to change. How we change as a result and how our lives change will be in response to that, but it's very much up to ourselves. It's up to you how your life changes as a result of this. Now, that can seem quite intimidating, just as writing a whole novel or a collection of poetry can be quite intimidating as well. Well, I've got a little story for you on that, and it's the story about the starfish, and I use this story quite often in workshops which I facilitate on anti-bullying for professionals, as well as writing workshops whenever people feel quite overwhelmed. In fact, I'll show you this just now. This is my little starfish bit of art that I did myself, that I put on the wall as a little reminder for myself when I feel overwhelmed too. An old man is walking on a beach, and he looks down the beach and he sees a little boy further down who's bending down, picking something up and throwing it into the sea. And he's walking along and he's bending down and he's picking up something again, throwing it into the sea. And this old man, he wonders what on earth this wee boy is doing. And then he looks closer and he sees all these starfish have been washed up onto the beach that morning. And the sun's coming up and the starfish are starting to dry out. And he goes down to the beach to see this little boy and he says, "Why are you doing this? There's thousands of starfish here. You're not going to make a great deal of difference." And the little boy says, "Hold on, mister." And he bends down and he picks up another starfish and he throws it into the sea. And he says, "I made a difference to that starfish though." So it's the little things that can make a difference, the little things that add up. In Wellspring, I ask the readers or the listeners, what's the easiest way to eat an elephant? Should you ever be tempted to do so? It's one spoonful at a time. When it comes to change, when it comes to writing a big project, when it comes to encouraging your own creativity and setting up new habits, the little things each day can make a huge difference. The little things that you've all done for me in terms of the comments and the messages have made a big difference to me each morning, and I'm going to continue to do these videos each morning for as long as I can during this crisis, because they've made such a difference to me and to my writing as well. So thank you very much for joining me on that path. This is now a 30-day challenge, and yeah, thank you for listening and thank you for writing. Please do keep in touch and let me know how things go. All the best, guys, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 8:30. Next week, I will begin, I think, maybe a 20-day challenge for people as well, and we'll be beginning at 9 o'clock each morning rather than 8:30. So, yeah, thank you again. As I've said a million times this video, thank you again for joining us, and away you go. Have a lovely day. Take care of yourself, and happy writing.